What did I tell you guys? If you guys watch my live stream, I told y'all the moment I upload this video, you're gonna have a bunch of cruel cucks who are gonna come in the comment section and cry because my opinion, they don't like my opinion. They don't like the fact that I'm saying 2.7 is dry in terms of content, in terms of events. It is dry. And let's be real, guys, it is. It is dry in terms of content and events. But they're gonna sit here and twist what I said. They're gonna talk about the story. And I'm like, buddy, if you watch the first 10 seconds of this video. All right, guys, so I just finished watching the 2.7 WUA live stream. And honestly, I will say version 2.7, the story is gonna be pretty good because this is the finale for the Renacita arc. But there are a lot of things we have to talk about here. So let's go. So I'm already right off the bat, I'm saying, hey man, this is the finale arc, the finale for the Renacita arc. This is gonna be pretty good. Right off the bat, I'm already complimenting the game. I'm already complimenting the story. So it's pretty obvious that when I'm saying that WUA 2.7 is dry, it has nothing to do with the story. I'm talking about content. That's what I'm mainly talking about. But these morons, they don't understand that, right? They don't understand that because the moment you say something they don't agree with, it's like their brain just turns off and they're like, okay, crewbot mode activated, and they just start shilling the game out of nowhere. But let me go ahead and read this pinned comment for you guys because this mindset, you might think that, this person's the only, like, this person is the only one who thinks this way. No, a lot of people think this way, and it's ridiculous. But let me read it. If you don't like it, don't upload your ass on YouTube about it. Literally, nobody likes watching someone de-hype our favorite game just because the content creator selfishly thinks we are really interested in their personal opinion rather than the game. Everybody is here because of the game. The game is what makes you money. Nobody is here to watch Mr. Faros speak his mind. Everybody wants to share excitement and positive emotions about the game. If you have none, just shut the fuck up. It's really that simple. So the fact that you're telling me that if I don't have anything positive to say about this game, then I just should not say anything about WUBA 2.7. Do you guys know how insane that sounds? Like, that's beyond toxic positivity. You're pretty much saying that you're not allowed to have an opinion because you literally just said that it's my personal opinion. You're not allowed to have an opinion unless they agree with it. If they don't agree with it, keep your mouth shut. Kurobots, they get to decide if your opinion is valid or not. Like, what the hell? Like, I don't care if you disagree with my opinion. That's just how I feel. That's just how I feel. If I'm gonna sit here and walk on eggshells because crybabies like you don't understand that this is a video game and everybody has their own preferences. Everybody is looking for something in these video games. Like, come on, man. Are you serious? And another thing too is, why are you even watching this video to begin with if you only care about the game, then you would just subscribe to the WooWa channel only and that's it. Why did you subscribe to my channel? Now, I don't know if this person subscribed to my channel or not. I have no idea, but you have 7 comments in my channel. You commented on my of a video, which was like 2 months ago. So you come to my channel time and time again to watch my videos to see how I feel. So to sit here and say that everybody's here because of the game is what makes you money, nobody's here to watch Mr. Farrell speak his mind, has to be the most disingenuous take I've ever seen. When you literally have 7 comments under this channel, you watch my videos, right, to see how I feel about the game, and then when I say something you disagree with, all of a sudden you only care about the game. There's a lot of deflecting going on over here. And to sit here and speak for everybody, buddy, you don't speak for everyone. You only speak for yourself. And right now, you are a shill. But there are more an insane comment over here. And let me go ahead and remind you guys, man. Let me remind y'all that this video is literally just me expressing my opinions about version 5. I said 5.7, 2.7, and how I think this patch could be a lot better when it comes to events slash content. But when you have people like this saying, now I understand why Hoyo doesn't even try half of the time. Kuro set the bar too high, so they're stuck with CCs always going, that's it. So now expecting the developers to implement content in a video game is now setting the bar way too high. if I'm saying, "Ah, man, I wish there was actually something, for me to do in this patch besides completing the story and going through some, I don't know, some survival event and claiming rewards, that would be nice." The fact that me asking the devs to implement more events, more, and what I mean by more events, I mean more content, more rich content. The fact that that is setting the bar way too high, you're pretty much saying that Kuro is not capable of implementing rich content. And let me go and remind you guys, this patch is really huge because it's the finale when it comes to the Renacita story, right? So this is a pretty big patch. So they could have delivered when it comes to content, but unfortunately they didn't. And you can disagree with that, but to sit here and say that Kuro set the bar too high, so they're stuck with these CCs always going, that's it, buddy, that is such an out of touch take. Crying about lack of content the moment a patch isn't filled with 10 events. They love to jump to extremes to prove a point. That's what I notice about these people. They like to jump to extremes just to defend the game. Despite getting patch after patch with new regions, getting new holograms, and new game modes. Oh my gosh, new tactical hologram. Oh wow, amazing. Buddy, tactical hologram is a one-time thing, man. The new tactical hologram they implemented, you're gonna fight that boss for like what, 6 or 5 minutes, right? You're gonna fight it for like what, probably 10 minutes if you're not trying to clear like max difficulty, and you're gonna move on. Nobody fights tactical hologram after they claim the rewards. Some people do, right? But most people, they don't really fight tactical hologram 24/7 after they claim the rewards. It's a one-time thing for a lot of people, right? So to sit here and say that, oh, we're getting new holograms, new game modes. What new game modes, bro? You're talking about the survival thing where I'm running around, running from enemies and shooting them down. Like, once again, man, it all comes down to preferences and opinions. I don't really care about the vid that much. It's really not that fun. It doesn't look that fun to me, but you can feel free to disagree. But that's the problem with these people, man. It's like I can sit here and say that you can disagree with my opinion, but to them, it's like their opinion on the game and how they feel about Wuwa is superior no matter what. But let's continue. It's like these people think they're meant to play WoW for 3 hours every day or something, when the formula has always been bite-sized daily sessions with the occasional longer ones for story or events. Just play MMO if you want, if what you want is always stuff to do. This is not what WoW or most gachas are aiming to be. And you're pretty much admitting that WoW is a game where you're just getting what, 10 minutes worth of content. That's what you're admitting, that WoW only has 10 minutes worth of content. And what I find funny about this is whenever a Hoyo show says, "Ooh, there's really nothing to do in the game," these are the first people to come into the defense and say, "Oh, well," they try to attack Genshin and say, "Oh, well, your game is shit." They enter defense mode and they start attacking Hoyo games the moment someone says that Wuwa doesn't have a lot of content. It's like there's a lot of deflecting going on here. A lot of deflecting from these people whenever you say that Wuwa lacks content. It's actually insane. But what makes it even worse, right? So you see a lot of these people in the comments, they're just like expressing their thoughts about this patch, saying that, they wish that this patch had more content. This person says, ever since first anniversary, WoW has been on a decline when it comes to events, when it comes to content. People are mostly focused on content, right? That's what people are really talking about. I feel like we say the next patch will be dry, then we're always blown away. I'll simply wait and see. Yeah, you're going to complete the story, and what else are you going to do? Run around and do what? Do the same thing you do every single day? But this right over here, the comment section is literally an example. When you set a very high bar, you can't do twice in one go. People will say you've fallen off. Like, are we forgetting 2.2 and 2.5 not having not many events but a cinema story? Faros, your fan base is cooked, bro. So my fan base is cooked because people are expressing their thoughts on version 2.7? And last time I checked, we're talking about content. We're not talking about the story. This is what I'm talking about. Why can't you guys look past the story? We're talking about events. Story is like, what, 5 to 6 hours. The patch is going to last for a month. Why do these people think that 6 hours of story equates to 1 month of content? It doesn't. After I complete the story, I'm just getting materials, grinding echoes, and waiting for the next character to release. Just because this story is going to be good. It doesn't mean that this all of a sudden we can't complain about the game lacking content. It's a video game at the end of the day. This is not a story novel. This is a video game. And you have ridiculous comments like this saying, well, Faros, in fairness, Do It Not Abyss is coming out in the second half of October 28th, and Kuro and Hero Games are very close friends, to be more precise, former shareholders. What does Do It Not Abyss have anything to do with Wuwa not implementing meaningful content? What kind of excuse is that? Like, do you guys see the ridiculous excuses these people are coming up with? First is the story, and now is Do It Not Abyss. What? This, like version 2.7, this isn't the only patch where Wuwa is not implementing good events, rich content. This has been happening for a hot minute now. Where Wuwa, they would release, these story patches, but when it comes to events and content, it's always dry. So what does Do Not Abyss have anything to do with that? They even announced Do Not Abyss release date when this was happening in version 2.5. And this person over here was just going around just straight up attacking anybody who was just, who were just sharing their thoughts about version 2.7 if they weren't satisfied. Like, it's getting so bad to the point where this person, right, went to Ethan's video and his comment got pinned. This is the same person that was on my channel. He says to Ethan, because this is the title of Ethan's video, Wuthering Waves 2.7 having no combat events is disappointing. This is his response. If you don't like the game, then get out of it. That's literally all you guys have to, like, that's literally all. That's it. My point has been proven. When you say something they don't agree with, leave the game. Don't play the game anymore. Go play something else. What is that? What is that, guys? What do we call that? We call that Gacha tribalism, ladies and gentlemen. Gacha tribalism and toxic positivity. When you say something these people don't agree with, all of a sudden, we don't care about your takes. We don't watch you for your takes. You're being selfish. You're being ignorant. You're being toxic. All of a sudden, they start throwing insults at you. They start saying all these things. The moment you say anything, and I'm not even going to say negative, the moment you start critiquing their favorite game, it's a problem. You are a threat, and nobody should watch your content anymore. If this was a video of me talking about a Hoyo game, these people would not hesitate to shit on that Hoyo game. Notice how when it comes to the Honkai Nexus anime video, people were not hesitating to crap on this game. They were not hesitating because it's Hoyo, right? It's Hoyo, and don't get me wrong. Things that people are saying about Honkai Nexus anime, it's valid. But when it's about Wuwa, right? When it's about Wuwa, when people are complaining about Wuwa not having, meaningful content, whatever, all of a sudden, it's like you're not playing the game the right way. According to this guy over here, you're not playing Wuwa the right way, man. You're supposed to play this game 10 minutes per day. That's it. If you're expecting this game to give you content that can last for at least, 30 minutes, go play an MMO. What? It's a video game, man. And this just goes to show you that the gacha genre, this is why when it comes to the gacha genre, it's cooked. It's literally cooked because people are now being conditioned to believe that when it comes to gacha games, the devs can pretty much choose to implement content that just is just whatever, right? It's whatever. They can implement more rich content, but they choose not to because you have people like this who jump into the defense and say, oh, it's a gacha game, man. You're supposed to get 10 minutes worth of gameplay and that's it. If you're expecting more than that, then go play something else. This is like that toxic positivity gatekeeping mindset. Whenever you say something that can actually improve the game, right? Like, who doesn't want rich content? Like, that's all I'm saying. I just want this game to have more rich content. You know why? Because I actually like this game. We have so many upcoming games releasing, and to see Wuwa falling behind, it'll suck, right? Because let's be real, out of all the top popular gacha games out there, Genshin Impact, HSR, ZZZ, Wuthering Waves is the best one out of all of them. It is the best one. It is the best game out of all of them. And that's why I'm saying things like, hey, man, I want this game to have more rich content so that Wuwa can actually keep up with these new games releasing and they won't fall behind. This is actually going to help the game out. But when you have this mindset where you're saying, hey, man, it's fine for them to not have rich content. It's fine for them to not implement, good combat events. It's fine for them to give us 10 minutes of content per patch. Like, come on, man. Like, you're literally like killing the game at this point. Like, this mindset is what's killing these games, these gacha games. And you tell people to go play an MMO instead. Like, you're literally telling people to not play gacha games and go play something else. I agree with that because gacha games are slop, but I actually want this game to be good. And that's the reason why I made this video. But they can't see that. They can't understand that this video, the reason why I made this is because I want developers to implement rich content so that I can have a reason to log into the game after I complete the story. Because when you take a look at version 2.6, Augusta story, story, after we completed story or like Augusta story, what else are you doing besides logging in and claiming rewards and doing, in-game reset? Rich content is important. It keeps the game alive. It gives people a reason to log into the game. And if you're against that, it's just weird. You can disagree about version 2.7 when I said that it's a dry patch. You can disagree with that. But if you're against the idea of the devs implementing more rich content, it's like at this point, man, you're just sabotaging the game, bro. You are. You're sabotaging the game. Because think of it this way. When it comes to optimizations, right? Nobody should complain about optimizations because optimizations, they improve the game. Of course, you can say, some optimizations like, was it worth mentioning, right? You can say that. But when it comes to optimizations, nobody really complains about optimizations that much unless the devs are deliberately not listening. For example, Genshin Impact, when they don't want to put in the skip button, they implement a janky artifact loadout. Like, when it comes to optimizations, man, we're never against that because it improves the game. Why can't we have the same mindset when it comes to content? Like, why are we so ready to accept anything when it comes to optimization, but the moment someone says, man, this patch is pretty dry when it comes to content, I hope they implement, more meaningful events in the future, you start losing your marbles, you start losing your mind saying, oh, but it's a great story, and all this bullshit. Like, why? Just why, bro? Me saying this benefits everyone. If you don't want to play, the like, if you don't want to go through rich content, if you don't want to play through these events, if you just want 10 minutes worth of gameplay, guess what? You can do that. You have the choice to do that. Everybody has the choice to do whatever the hell they want in these games. That's why I just don't understand why these people are so against feedback and criticism. It's like they have this gatekeeping mentality where what they like about the game is what everybody should be focusing on. And that's what the developer should hard focus on only. It's the story and that's it. As long as it's a good story, we don't care about anything else. And everybody else should feel the same way. It shouldn't be like that. This is not like if everybody thought the same way, if we all had the same opinion on this game, we can't even call this a community anymore. This is a hive mind. We're all just regurgitating the same thing over and over again. There's a reason why some people watch me. There's a reason why some people watch other content creators because they want to see how we feel about these patches, what the devs can improve on, how they can make this game better. It's all about making this game better. That's what it's all about, man. We all like this game. So therefore, why can't we just come together and just give the devs feedback and we just move on? It's that simple. And if the devs refuse to listen, then we can take it from there as a community. It's just weird, man. Like the responses that I got in that video, it disappointed me. It really did. Those comments disappointed me, and it's crazy that you have this mindset where you're telling someone that if they don't have anything positive to say about Woo, then they should shut the fuck up. Like that is crazy, man. That's insane. That's insane. Like, that's not even toxic positivity, bro. That's like a whole new level of toxic positivity. But yeah, my point still stands. 2.7 could be a lot better when it comes to content. I am looking forward to the story. I am looking forward to the new region. But I wish that when it comes to events, content, I wish that it was a lot more. Um, I just wish that they put a little bit more effort when it comes to events, because that's like one of the main things I can't stand about Woo as of to right now is the events. They're really, really lacking, and they need to step it up because we have a lot of games releasing soon, and I don't want this game to fall behind. So, implementing more rich content is going to make the game a lot better, and it's going to give people a reason to play this game. But that's pretty much all I have to say. But yeah, hope you guys have a good one, man. It blows my mind that I have to make a video explaining why, explaining my opinion, bro. It's insane to me. But hope you guys have a good one. I'll be seeing you guys soon. Adios.